everybody, Heidi here, your Yorkshire crafter. How are you doing? I'm not going to lie, this is my second time starting this one. I did some fussy cutting of these. It took me 10 minutes. And it was just 10 minutes of me just nattering to you. So I don't even know what I said. But I'm going to show you these. So, Inkylicious. This is Lazy Daisy. Lazy with a Z, not an S. I've just stamped these on Pink Frog masking sheets. Yes. And cut them out. So, oh, do you know what I've done? I can't have done. Is that the same one? No. Oh, no. Oh, it looks identical when you turn it the other way. Phew, panic. Hey, I think it is, you know. It's identical the other way. Well, I didn't know that. There you go. Now, the flower head from this one, I have got in the bag. So we'll actually cut this. I have got one, but it's a bit used. So we'll cut this. I wasn't going to cut any stuff fussy cutting wise, because I thought we'd just crack on, but I think we'll have a natter. We don't seem to have had a right good natter for a while. Tell me what you guys are up to. Nobody's told me yet what they got for Christmas crafty wise. I'm very interested to know. Very nosy to know, because I like to know about crafty stuff. Just before I've come to film this, I went on the Budley Crafts, the Penny Black sales out. New releases out. Oh boy. I'm going to stop opening my emails. Then you don't get to see what's there. It's one of them, shh, don't tell Andy. I mean, if I'm honest, if he actually knew what I spent, I don't think he'd be an happy bunny, you know. In fact, I don't think he'd be happy at all. Although, he does now take an interest as well. He's never yet said, why don't you buy it? Oh, no, I'm lying. He has. The other day, he says to me, I was trying to fix my label machine. It hadn't worked since before Christmas. And I didn't know what was wrong with it. I've changed batteries. I've YouTubed how to fix the problem. And nothing. So it literally died a death. And he says, how much are they? So I told him, he says, just order one. I said, I don't want to spend that money. I says, we don't need to be spending like that. He says, well, how are you going to label everything? So I did. I went on and ordered one. And it came day after. He says, oh, you've got a different colour. I said, yeah. He says, same price. And I just looked at him and he says, it was more, wasn't it? It's exactly the same. But it cost me £4 more because it was pink. Well, I've had a blue one, so I want to go a different colour. But I've got so much to label, so I was very, very happy to receive that. I've got piles of stuff that needs labelling. Things that I've moved out of different sets and what have you, and new stock, and yeah. Right, so what we're going to do, this is more or less cut out now. I'm using Inkylicious card, which is amazing. I do love the card very much. There we go. We're all cut out. So this is cut from the Master Layouts 8 of Gina K, and it works for a 7x5 card. So I already cut it, and it gives you the stitched outline. See, there you go. I'm ready to start. And I was 10 minutes in, and I was still cutting these out. I don't know. Right, so I've just shown you what we're using. I did say before, when I was just filming a minute ago, this is one of those stamp sets where I always say to you, don't buy something if you're not going to use it more than once. And this is one, if you look back on my videos, there is huggins of inspiration for this set. I absolutely love this set. Right, so I've taken the big stamp, the big flower, and we're going to stamp that just there in the middle of the card. And we're going to stamp it using sand dune. We are going to use our prismacolour today. Now, I stamped this and I took it downstairs, which I do if I'm doing a colouring one, just take my time to do it. So I don't know how long it's going to take, although we're only doing a small area, so... And Andy says, oh, he says, that's lovely. It's not like candy. And especially the fact that it's a flower. So yeah, I was a bit happy. So I want it to go even if I can. So I'm looking at top, I'm looking at bottom, looking at the sides. I'm going to tilt it a bit more. And I'm going to go there. I moved that then, it better not have double stamped. I could have used my platform, but I only want a quick image. Perfect. See, I may have moved it a bit there. That's not a problem. That can just be put in where we're gonna, when we colour. It's not a problem. So, I've got the left and the right of the leaves. Now then, that's that side. Same again. So I'm going to come further down with this side. Somewhere there. Done. You don't normally see me use these. I'm not going to lie, I do find them two bits hard to colour, as you will notice in a minute. But they do look lovely when they're on. And I'm going to take that one. There. Right, your stamping's done. That's it. Well, for your flower. Now you want your mask. Have you heard they're both laid on... You know when you see them on a Sunday and they're both laid on the beds? I've put the beds up. I wish I could take camera to them now. I've put the beds up and they're both sparkle. Plus, the heating's on. It's really warm in here today. Can't win, can I? Now then. It does sort of need to be quite perfect. That's not. I can see the outline. It looks all blurred. So yeah, lift it up to put it down. That's actually Rosie, you can hear. Yeah, cover that the best you can, because it does matter on this one. That will do it, I think. And then the leaves. I'm not saying this bit's going to be easy. Shouldn't be hard. Hardest bit's getting the backing off. There we go. So that's this one. Somewhere there. She's going to start backing. Hang on, guys. No. I'm just going to have to pause you a second. It wasn't even my door they were knocking on. I'm gonna, I can see that that's not on properly. So I'm going to try it there. Aha. That'll do fine. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit off. It was just more about me being able to see what I was doing. Oh. Pardon? That's Rosie burping. Done. Again, just anywhere close will do for this. That's turned under. I do need that out. It's all going so well, isn't it, guys? Right, I'm going to have to cut that bit off. Done it. Yep, anywhere there, just... That's perfect. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to use tiny text script. I'm not worried about the stem, we'll colour that in later. It does fit just perfect on here. Now then, my main thing was getting my writing the right way around. That way. So, need you to stick down. We're going to use VersaFine Clay, and I want, now I did stamp off, I'll show you. So I didn't know whether I wanted it first generation or second generation, so I stamped it off, and then I stamped it off again. And I thought that was too pale this time. Normally I would go that way. I wanted the background to stand out through the flower. Now this is a guess on this one, because on the last one I cut the panel down after. So this is me guessing where I want it to go. I have a rough idea because I can see the other one. So I'm going there. That's all I'm doing. And I'm doing that 3 times. This is a great little stamp to have and all. I think this is my first time out with this one, possibly. Now I'm lining it up, hoping I get the same sort of gap again. I mean, it doesn't matter if I don't. Oh, it's a little bit bigger, but it's okay. Actually, on my original one, you can't tell that it's a different set, it's a different stamp. So this is going to be too far down, I would presume. Again, it's okay. Yeah, I'd like the gap to have been the same, but there's nothing I can do about that now. So that's that one done. Now to colour. So that one is tiny text script. So to colour, we're going to lift these off. That will just go there. Do you know what would be nice? If you'd just done the flower head all over with the text behind it, that would have looked nice as well. They'll go in the bin. I won't use them ones again. But I can actually see them now. So, pencils. This is the case that I got, which I told you about. It's absolutely fantastic. Everyone's zips up separate. But the ones I'm going to use, I put separate in the back when I was downstairs. So I just knew which ones I had to get out rather than, was it this, was it that? I still probably won't use all these. I try and cut back to a few less when I've had a dummy run. This is brilliant for carrying around rather than my big box all the time. I'll put the link in. It was £20. They do plain colour ones as well, but I'd have to give you a separate link for that. Right, I've got my iPoint Orbit pencil sharpener here. To me, it's the best one for me. I prefer it more than any others that I've used. We all like different, don't we? And it's just perfect. And the reason I ended up with that was by watching Gina many moons ago. Right, I'm going to start actually with the leaves at the bottom. And all I'm going to do is give us a very light coating of the green. Wait till you see this bit done. This is stunning. I mean, I may go off a bit. I don't know if that bit there is part of the leaf, but it is right now. And that there. But I can actually see the leaf now. Now you know what I mean. It had all the writing in it, obviously in the same colour, and I just didn't know which were leaf and which were writing. I mean, I did okay with it, but it wasn't the best. And this, occasion-wise, this could be absolutely anything. Just anything. I do know that there is a bit of stem there, and that's why I'm putting that green there, so I don't forget. So this is like me just putting a base down with anything. Sometimes I'll use white, what have you. But it gets me started. So that was chartreuse. This is lime peel. And I'm just gonna bring it more across the bottom. I am gonna go darker. This is just to give me a bit of know where your leaves are, because it turns over. And if I'm honest, it just gives it a bit of definition, even if you can't work out what's what on it. There we go. I'll teach me what it. Don't press on, Heidi, every time. Oh, that went with the right snap, did that. And I'm going to use moss green just to give that little bit of dark, and then I will bring in the lime again, and these will be more or less done. My concentration wasn't on the leaves. In fact, my actual idea to start off with, I wasn't even putting the leaves on, but I did think it was missing a little something. But since I've finished and gone on and put my sentiment on, yeah, I could have got away with not having the leaves on, to be fair. Like I say, I don't always use them. So you'll see what I mean now about being able to cover this bottom up where it's spread a little. Trying to keep my pencil sharp, and you get better results. Perfect. There's a few things that I want to stamp and take downstairs. I find it so relaxing, and then I'm like, right, I'm ready to do a card now. Don't know how I've ended up there, but I always know I'm ready. This may need to go a bit darker, the outline-ish. So I do have a darker green there, which is kelp green. Yeah, I think it needed that. I'd skip the other green and just use this one. Yeah, that's better. Now, if you want... See, I always tell you about layering pencils and everything. I'm not so bothered about layering them on this leaf, but I will tell you about layering them up here, because that's where I think it matters. I think there I'm just making it up. See, I also, if you give it a bit of white, it will bring that out beautifully. There, I'm not going to do any more on that. So it's up to you, take it or leave it, however you want to do that bit. It also, when I'm doing it downstairs, I'm a lot closer to the picture. Now, I've always said I do find that a struggle when I'm filming. I don't think I do my best with my pencils when I'm filming. That being said, I can't sit down to do it, so I don't have much choice, to be fair. See, I'm okay with that. I'm going to take the dark one and go give us that definite line. That's better. Keep your point on your pencil. That's a lot better. And that's your green done. If that's as far as you want to take it. I mean, like I say, you can put a lot more into that if you want. I don't want. There we go. Right, let's start on the most important bit. So I'm using, we can leave the yellows. Yeah, I have dropped one of the reds already. So I'm using Poppy Red, Crimson Red, and Tuscan Red. So I want lighter here. I'm not going to make it stand out massively white. So I'm putting down Poppy Red. Now, I've always found, if put a light layer of white here, if that's where you want your white to be, I've put the lightest there because I'm just going to do it that way. Then I'm going to come in with my next darkest. Now, considering the size of it, I thought this was can be quite quickly done if you want it to be. Now, if you're unsure of how this looks round here, stamp it again at the side of you so you can have a proper look at it, or just keep looking back on. That's how I knew there were a bit of stem there. So just keep looking back on your picture, keep it at the side of you, because there are some gaps here. I mean, it doesn't matter if you fill them up, but I think I did. Yeah, looking at my other one, I did, apart from this one here. So this is my next to darkest. And I'm going to come back in with my poppy again. I mean, I could have done all the colours all in this, then all in the next, but I think I lose focus on each petal that way. I'm better this way, me. And I pressed too hard. This is going to break again. I broke this one yesterday. There you go, look. I broke it badly. That's okay now. So I'm not doing any pressing on at the moment. I'm not doing any burnishing. I'm just getting it to where I want it to be first. itchy nose again. Then once I've got it where I want it to be, that's a bit darker than what I normally do. A lot darker. This is the next one up, and now I'm going in a bit harder now. And then I'm going to go in with the poppy. But that poppy, I'm going to take all the way down as well. Lolly. So this is the next one down. You'll just get to know what colours you want where. So back with the poppy. So when I do the next ones now, I'll speed up a bit now. So I'm putting the poppy through there properly. Now, I find if you don't sharpen your pencil, you get like this fuzzy line. And as soon as I sharpen my pencil in a minute, that'll disappear. And I'm going to take my white, and that'll just give me that little bit of light through it again. And that's burnished it then as well. Right, moving on to the next one. It does stand out. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it over here on the other one. See why it looks a bit brighter on the other one. But it's the lighting, I think. There, so I've gone over the white, and that's made that red stand out. So on to the next one. So cover your whole petal. Take your white if that's what you want to do, to know where you're going to put it. You'll feel that when you go over it with a different colour then, so you know not to take it that far. Now this petal's overlaying this one a little bit, so it will become dark around here. Got an email from Toby's school last night saying, we will let you know at 6:15 if school's going to be closed tomorrow. I thought, why is it going to be closed? So I knew this storm was coming, so I had a look on our weather, and we wasn't forecast any snow at all. So I've been checking on it, and I thought, I'm going to get up in the morning and we're going to be absolutely snowed in. So before I got out of bed, I looked on my emails, and we've got an email from school. Absolutely fine. School's open as normal. Blah de blah. I thought, right, we ain't had a lot of snow then. I looked outside and we ain't had any. I don't move it with my hand. I do it, well actually I just wiped it on my bum. But if you use a soft cloth rather than kitchen towel out, because you've got a chance you can smudge it. So yeah, I looked outside and it hadn't snowed any. So I don't know what all that were about. Unless they're just being overcautious. Back to poppy. And there you go, that's where your light comes in. So rather than do loads and loads of layers, because we've got loads of petals to do, well, not loads, I'm gonna, if I was you personally, I would spend more time on it than what I'm showing you. But yeah, main thing is have a bit of fun. I do love it. I love to colour. Right, on to the next one. again. I mean, that's your biggest, that's your main one, I think. Starting you where you think's your main priority, what's going to get people's eye, and I think it's here. Okay, I'm going to put a bit of white through that. And then I'll go over it with the poppy, and it just makes it a bit brighter. And while we're at it, don't know why it does that, but it doesn't have to make that poppy colour stand out. Second colour, we know it's going to be dark around here. Ooh. Oh, that were close. Now we know it's dark there, so that brings this petal back into it and makes it stand out more, because we know that needs to be dark there because it's underneath it. Then the poppy. You'll know when it's not burnished fully because you'll see white through the card, whereas these shouldn't have any white. A little bit of white and a little bit of poppy. What a difference. And that's fully burnished now as well. Right, let's crack on. Give them a little blast first. So we've got two small petals here. I'm going to do them both at once because they're not touching, so it doesn't affect my eyes. I don't get confused. There you go, so they were tiny. So they're nice and quick. This is when I think you realise your pencils aren't sharp enough. When you do something small like this. It only needs that little bit. And with the darker. Gosh, I'm thirsty. I've got a can of pop here, but I like I don't like it freezing cold, but I like it to be decent. Sort of cold. Really thirsty. Thirsty and an itchy nose. Whatever could that mean? Let's go poppy. Thought I did. I missed out that one, didn't I? To bring it back in, that's better. Otherwise it was too dramatic of a change. Now poppy. Perfect. I'm going to put a little bit. Oh, I have proper broke this pencil. That's so annoying. I've done it to two others and all. Well, the others I dropped. I knew as soon as I dropped them on a hard floor. I think that was the same two that I dropped downstairs as well. I'm rubbish. I'm rubbish when it comes to pencils. blend that a tiny. Bit of white. It's amazing how much difference that bit of white makes. I mean, there I can leave it because I've just lightened it up. But to put the poppy over the top, it just, I don't know if you can see how it does it. It just lifts it straight away to a lovely, lovely red. Right, onto this side. Now this one here is also underneath, but I'm going to do the top one first. And then it gives me exactly where I need to do my light and dark. Second one, I'll speed up again round this side. I think you've got the idea now. This must be one that I use quite often, Tuscan Red. I think I might use that quite a bit through Christmas. If you don't have all the colours, here where I'm using Tuscan Red, black would be nice. I've done it with black before. Makes a big difference. Back in with the next one. All I'm doing is going round like that. Don't do it like that because you will leave lines as well. I might look like I'm going like that, but I'm not. I am turning it. Bit of white because I want it there. And then poppy. Now I'm going to take the poppy right down into the rest. I went right out of lines then, I thought I had. So with my dark one, because I've gone out of the line, I'm going to just change the shape of the petal a little bit. And if I do it with my dark one, it doesn't look... Oh, I'm going to have to order a separate one of these. There, and now it doesn't look like it doesn't belong. Right, the one underneath. There it is. Bit darker. Now I will have it really, really dark under here. Like I say, it's under both them flowers, petals. So it really is a different colour. Or it would be in reality, should I say. Now I'm going to put the white down before I lose that tiny bit there that I want light. I'm not going right up to this flower. I just want to catch it there. Now with the dark, I am going right in. There you go. So it gives it that definite look like it's underneath. And I'll just do a little bit with this one. just to blend that together a bit. And then the poppy. Now we've already put the white down, so that poppy should lift straight away. There you go, it has. There you go. It's looking good. It really does stand out, especially when we get to end. So I can do 2 here because for some reason there is a gap here. In fact, I'm going to do this one as well. It's so tiny. Next shade. There we go. Did anybody actually get the Prismacolour for Christmas? I'm jealous that everybody's, well, not everybody, a lot of people are just trying these for the first time recently. And well, what I was going to say is I'm jealous because I know how good they are and you've got something new and I want something new. But saying that, like I said before, I had these for 2 years before I attempted to play with them. And now I can't stop. I seem to be doing an awful lot with them lately, which I know you guys appreciate from the messages I've had, so that's good. It is good, isn't it? Otherwise I'd be wasting my time. But I do love them very much. Now you see, this is why I do it, because I can actually see it right now, but yesterday I couldn't see it, so it was down to 1 petal at a time. So I can see it there actually. I've just checked the time. We're nearly done. It doesn't take 2 minutes to do the rest. I mean, you can only rush the colouring so much, can't you, before it starts not being very nice. Back down to that second colour, just to give that darker blend. Same there. Same there. And then I'm going to give it a bit of white. And then the poppy. What a difference there. It's crazy the difference you get from it. I can see that that's not very... That looks like it's had an unsharpened pencil playing with it. There we go. Look how that just comes out. I hope you can see it the way I do. It just pops it off the page. Just that little bit of white underneath. And then of course you can go white on top as well if you want again. Now, because I'm not happy with how these lines are on these couple here, oh my goodness me. Honestly, this doesn't normally happen. Well, you'll know. It's just this colour. It'll teach me, won't it? Be more careful. There you go. That's definitely giving them lines a better look. And then just this one a bit darker here, and we can call that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, I'm more or less happy with those lines now. Just that little. I don't know if I mentioned it on my video. Oh, I might have done. On a video that you'll have just seen by now, I presume. I started watching Paul Dark. Yeah, I'm loving it. It's brilliant. Never watched it before. Right, dead easy with this last one. Right quick. I'm using canary yellow and going all over it. I'm then using yellow or sunburst yellow to give it a darker, where the actual, you know, the stamp is. Let's make it a little bit darker there. I'm going back in with that yellow. And then with golden rod, I'm just using this where you can see the sand dune, where you can see the sand dune through it. I'm not trying to stop you seeing it, but I'm just doing swirls like there is already swirls down. So back with that sunburst yellow. I'm going to put a white through there. And then the light yellow. It just brings that really out. There you go. I hope you've enjoyed the colouring bit. It absolutely makes it pop off that page. Maybe these could be a bit darker, but do you know what? I'm all right with them. So we're going to put it now then. Let's do, taking this out of my scrap bin, because this is a coloured card base we're using. I want a sentiment. Now, I did do this sentiment. Thanks for being my go-to girl. But I didn't like anywhere that I put it. I just didn't like it. So I went with just a note, because it can be hello, or I'm sorry, or how are you doing? Hey up. Hey, there's a good one, look. I could just stamp hey up. Do you know, if I'd have thought who I was going to send it to, I'd actually do that. Oh, that's tempting. But I don't know who it's going to yet, so... Right. Anti-static. I'm going to turn that, just in case there's any pencil on it that I don't want in my embossing powder. So I'm going to use my very dirty Versamark. I'm not ready to throw it away yet. I have my new one, but this one's still working fine. So I'm going to stamp just a note, but I'm going to do it twice, because I did it twice earlier and only one worked. I'm going to do 3. That's a very squishy bit looks of it. Doesn't matter, because if all three work, then I've got extra, haven't I? And I have tins with them all in. So this is out of Sending Sentiments. So this is November 23 Club. That'll have been Stamp and Die set. Oh, clear stamp of the month, there you go. Now, because we're using craft, because this card is cream, I've used the opaque vanilla white rather than white. I think the white would just stand out too much, and it's not what the look I'm after. I'd like it all to be matchy-matchy, sort of. Yeah, that's got too much on it. That one's just perfect. Right, I'm hoping this one works, because I pushed down too hard with both of them. I can use that one at a push. I won't use the middle one. Right, let's put that back. I love this. It's a beautiful colour. Even though it's just plain vanilla. I think it gives such a lovely look to some, rather than having stark white, like I say. It's nice. Oh gosh, it's nearly time for his lordship to get up. I'm just going to heat that up. I'll eat all three, then I'm not having it floating around anywhere. So let's hope that I can cut it perfectly, which I'd never do. I never get it right. Is that on a slant? How's that E done? Let's just see what we can get. Can always cut a bit extra off. Let's have a look. Same for this side. I'm actually lining it up with the plastic. So I'm sitting the words on that plastic bit here, not the metal bit, the plastic bit, because that's what I can see properly. I'm going to take that and run with that, because that's pretty good for me. I could have used I just thought I could use my sentiment die strips, didn't think. Now, because when I did this, my previous one, I put this on the card and it didn't stand out very much. So I did take I didn't put any more ink on it. And I did just darken it up a little bit. I was looking for brown cardstock to matte and layer, and I don't have any. I mean, I can go around and do it like this. But I just thought, we went with red. But then I thought, see, look at how much nicer that looks, just that little bit on it. So this time, although I haven't done it on the other one, I'm actually going to, because that is the colour that I wanted. I'm still going to give it the, oh look, making it mucky. I'm still going to give it the red matte and layer. But I really wanted some brown in between it as well. And if that doesn't do it all, I'll have to get some help. Should be enough on it. I put plenty on it when I use it each time. It's absolutely fallen to bits as that. Half its sponge has gone out of it. Ooh, we're just going to make it. It's very mucky. Again, I will be sending my DNA out to somebody. There, that makes a great difference to me. It really, really changes it, and that looks more perfect with it as well. So I want a red matte and layer because it just works. Oh, that brown round it is perfect. Just perfect, that. I'm really happy with that. Kick myself that I didn't do it on the other one now. And I've stuck it down with glue instead of temporary tape, which is something I normally do. So I can't even pull it up. Anyway, I've got one with and one without, haven't I? That looks good to me. I'll have to get a rubber to that before I take my photos. It's only a tiny bit, but it is a little bit mucky. That looks okay. Then we want the card base. So I'm using Gina K Craft, which is my favourite craft, which is what that's on as well. I love her craft card. I haven't done one yet, but I will obviously put a piece in the middle as well. I may even stamp the flower inside. Just stamp it, not do anything else with it. That's not a bad idea, is it? And say, what time have we got? Oh, it's an hour already. I would have done it now. Look how much difference that makes. Amazing what a matte and layer does, isn't it? Now, the sentiment, I know I'm going to put there. And I know I'm going to form it. Oh, nearly fit. I made myself a promise. Part of the getting me back was spend more time downstairs. As in, I feel sorry when I come up on an evening, and because Andy's never down there. I don't come up on an evening when Andy's here. But I feel sorry on doggies because the toys are downstairs. I know I'm weird. So I promised myself I'd do all the video and everything in the morning. Plus it's harder to see in here on an evening, even with this ring light on. And so far, I've stuck to it. I had some projects, well not projects, some things that I used to do before I started being who I am now, like polishing my fire and all stuff like that. Promised myself, because I used to do it every Sunday without fail, no matter what. Summer, winter, everything. And I won't tell you how long it is since I've done it. But I got up this morning and I did that before I even, obviously before I put the fire on. It's a log burner, so yeah, it takes some cleaning. Where's my dewdrops? Well, I can't find my dewdrops. So, oh, there you. Just to finish it off, I thought these were just perfect rather than picking a colour. I was going to put black on, but there wasn't anything black. So because I know where they're going to go, because I've already got one done, like I say, I'm going to put the glue down and you'll see then. One there, one there, one there. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I got the fish on. Oh dear. Now I'm going to put that one down, but I want to push it under so you can't see the whole circle. Yay. Then we want one here. 1 minute, Lola, she's going to jump offside. That dog gives me palpitations. Coming up here with a small one. Lolly, no. Just wait. 1 second, kid, and we're done. Do I want that size? Nope. One there. And then this one next to it, and we're done. And doesn't that look nice with just something like that? You can see the writing through it as well. So these are just Amazon dewdrops. I don't think it matters where you get them from. I mainly used Gina K, but I couldn't find them, so there you go. There is your finished card. This is the one where I couldn't see the green, so I was more making it up myself. But I do like that one better. Lolly, wait. So I hope you like it. I mean, you can tell I've spent more time doing that one, definitely. That one's a bit tidying up. But yeah, the idea is there for you. And it's just pretty, isn't it? I like it. I've impressed myself. Right, guys, I'm going to go because she's kicking off. And it is their dinner time. 12:30 their dinner. Yep, there you go. I won't say the word because they'll both jump off. Right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'll catch you real soon. Bye now. Love you.